Hey, it's me, and today is actually a pretty special video. I actually filmed most of what you're gonna see today quite a while ago at this point for reasons that you will soon discover. And I've been holding onto this footage, saving it for this very moment for reasons that you will soon discover. I'm very excited to share
what I have to share with you.
But firsty, toast. I don't know why I want to say toast. Okay. Hi, this video is another in my series of finishing my art ideas. I have this ongoing document that I add to every time an art idea pops into my head. I just type it up, add it to the list. In these videos, I sit down and revisit my list and just pick out a couple of those ideas to turn into a reality. And this is an effort to finish the list. Although this is kind of an impossible mission, it's probably not actually gonna happen because I just keep on adding ideas to the list. Probably won't ever get to the end of the list unless I actually run out of ideas. And then that would be kind of sad. That would be like a sad end to this series, the day that I run out of ideas. But today's not the day. We've got a long list. I can sit here and pretend to look through the list of art ideas. In reality, I already know exactly what I'm gonna do today. So let me just skip that. I do have my idea list in front of me. Speaking of what's in front of me, look at this butt ugly plain laptop. No offense, Apple. Very sleek and minimal, and I love it. But look at this butt ugly plain laptop. I have yet to decorate it, and it really makes me sad every day. That's not what this is about. I do have my idea list in front of me right now, so if we scroll all the way down, we will come to the idea that says, bring back dessert calico. And that's clear as day, right? You know exactly what I mean by that. Right, guys?
Nobody has a clue.
A ways back, I made this video called Squishies I've Been Avoiding. One of the squishies that I was avoiding at that time was a tooth squishy. Valid, okay, who wants to paint a freaking tooth? I realized when you turn the tooth upside down, it kind of looks like a little kitty cat, so I ended up painting it like a cat.
Thank you for that lovely recap.
And this is the dessert calico that I'm talking about. I really loved the idea for this, but I don't love that it's on a tooth. Kind of ruins it for me. This art idea is to take this idea and transfer it onto a better squishy. So the first step in this process is gonna be to hunt down the perfect cat. Let's do it. So I decided to collect a handful of possibilities from my collection. Just a couple. These are mostly cats, because yes, a cat is what we're doing today, but also some other animals that could pass as a cat with a cat paint job. There's this adorable little sweetie. Aww. Ew. Then this, oh, that's not a cat. What is that? Get away. Oh my gosh, another atrocity. Who did this?
Go to sleep.
But also some real possibilities. We got forehead, eyes here. We could go large, or we could go corgi king. Okay. Eventually, I narrowed it down to this group. I put them in size order. This little one is adorable, but I feel like I don't really want to go smaller than the original. This one is so stinking cute, but I feel like the shape doesn't allow enough space for the patches of calico. Okay. This one's got a nice fat head. Don't really want to deal with the collar and bow situation. Then there's this one. Misty said no. Can't handle the competition. Speaking of Misty, why did nobody tell me that I painted her tummy patch not on her tummy, like completely on the side of her body? What the heck, guys? You're supposed to hold me accountable. Nobody said anything. Sorry, I just realized that recently and it blew my mind. Anyway, well, this is the last one left, and you guessed it, it's the winner. That's right, this ugly, crusty, scary looking thing comes with a positive message though. Oh, also that message, that's also important to point out. It looks like there was something on the head that's been ripped off. If I had to guess, some sort of whack unicorn horn. They love to do that to squishies. Even though of all of the cats, this one is clearly the ugliest, I think the shape will work the best. So let's jump in, starting by sanding the skin off. Crucial step, of course. I don't know where this thing has been, but there was a fair amount of glitter stuck to it, so we're removing some of that as well. Next, I'm just trimming up the rough spot from the head injury, and I'm gonna have to take some slick paint to this to smooth over the roughness of the foam. Oh, as well as the neck tear. Oh, and okay, I just keep going. There's rips all over this. Finally, going over all of that mess with a white base coat, and once I've got a perfectly flawless, pristine white, I noticed there's a slight difference. This is off-white, so nobody cares. Going over all of that in off-white, I do want to stick with the original colors and design because that's what I really liked about this squishy, and I'm just gonna translate those onto a new shape. So I'm sketching out the design as I want it, and at this point, point, I realized that this cat has no front legs.
What?
Or actually any legs at all. It's more of a tube with a tail. So yeah, we went from a tooth to a tube, doing great things. Well, no turning back now. I don't know how I didn't notice that in the first place. I'm adding the blush onto the cheeks and the little nose and into the calico patches. Now, if you don't get this, a calico is a cat that has a pattern that's made up of 3 different colors, and it's usually very patchy. I went in with the face and the arm details. Yep, I'm painting in the arms, because that's what I have to do with the squishy that I chose, of all of the squishies.
I chose the one I have to paint in the arms.
I went very simple and sweet. She's shy.
Hi!
Shh, don't yell at her. I have made one other calico cat design, and that's Jasper. He's still floating down a lazy river eating a freaking donut. But this one's a little different. Since calico cats happen to have chocolate and caramel colored patches, I decided to go with that, and look, here they come. I added sprinkles to the chocolate colored patches. Thank you, Sprinkle Song.
You do your job beautifully.
And caramel drizzle to the caramel patches.
Ooh!
And since I am sort of reinventing this character, I think she is certainly important enough to have a name. I've decided to call her Calicoco. Calicoco! Because chocolate calico. Chocolate cocoa. Calico. Yes, Calicoco. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here she is, Calicoco, my sweet dessert calico. You know, I'm gonna be 100% honest here. I thought changing the shape of the squishy would make a more drastic difference, but like this seems very similar to what it was before. So yeah, time well spent. No, I do actually like this cat shape much better, even if it is limbless, than the freaking tooth. So I'm happy that I took the time to give Calicoco a proper cat body.
Okay, and the next idea.
Yeah, hi, I'm back. Hi. Back to the list now that I'm looking at with my eyeballs. I'm gonna travel all the way down to the very, very bottom of the list where I find cute designs for my brand new custom ME fragrance bottles.
Is it true? Can it be?
You heard me right.
The rumors are true. And when I say the rumors, I mean that statement that I just said like 10 seconds ago. That was the only rumor. Thank you. Hold the applause. You're supposed to be clapping. There we go. Okay, hold the applause. I am releasing my own set of fragrances. There's gonna be 3 of them. They're gonna be available today. And I will reveal them at the end of this. But we're gonna go on a little journey first. We have been working on these 3 fragrances for over a year now. In the beginning, it was just about choosing the scent and sniffing. A lot of sniff tests. So much sniffing. Months and months of sniffing. But finally, once the scents were figured out and locked down and immaculate, it's time to shift focus onto the bottle that the scent will be contained in. The scent bottle. I really wanted the packaging of these fragrances to be really special. So I decided to take the time to actually hand draw a custom artwork for each scent. And so the footage that you're gonna see is of me actually drawing and creating the artwork for these. And the reason it happened so long ago is because since the drawings have been completed, we've been just fussing over every little aspect of it, putting it all together and making sure that it is perfect and ready for you guys to experience. So let's jump into that process now. To the iPad. Now, when choosing the scents for my 3 fragrances, I wanted to go with something unique to my channel, something special to us. And it was actually a very easy choice. Of course, I decided to go with the Ice S'more Nut. I mean, duh. Now, okay, so maybe it's not obvious. If you haven't been here for ages, you may not even recognize this very odd looking thing with a name that I never really did like. My Ice S'more Nut. I didn't really like the name. This is an original dessert squishy creation of mine that I made in a squishy makeover. I just loved how it came out. I even ended up basing a character off of it. I loved it so much. Say hi, Lucy. So since the fragrance is based on my Ice S'more Nut, I wanted to draw the Ice S'more Nut for the front of the bottle. This makes sense. I wanted to do it in a style that's just light and loose and airy and misty. See those implied lines and those little loop-de-loops? Misty. Oh my gosh, Misty. Why do you keep inserting yourself into this video? Not Misty. Just like Misty, like a spray, like shh, shh, shh. Mist. It's a mist. Here comes the color. Now, the ice s'more nut is a complex dessert. Okay, it's a rainbow s'more topped with rainbow ice cream, topped with hot fudge, topped with a frosted donut. And I think it's clear that a dessert like that would smell amazing, right? I mean, how could it not? It does, and I'll prove it to you later. Even though I'm doing this artwork digitally, I wanted it to look more hand-drawn, so I went with brushes that mimic traditional art supplies like watercolor and pencils. At this point, I wasn't really loving this that much, but I decided to press on anyway and just see what I could make of it. Oh, here I go, making all these little cha-cha-cha marks, just coloring outside of the lines. Whoa, woo! This is me trying to be loose and free with my art. While I'm discussing the ice s'more nut, which, spoiler, we did decide to rename it Choco S'more Nut for the bottle, just so the name was less, repulsive. But while we're discussing the now Choco S'more Nut, I have a small confession. I have chosen this dessert for a Bake With Me video probably 3 times, and I've started the process of trying to figure out how to make it, tracking down recipes, looking for supplies, but somewhere along the way each time, whether it's trying to figure out how to make a giant rainbow marshmallow or how do I make graham crackers that large, I just get overwhelmed and end up choosing an easier dessert. It is my goal to one day try to bake this dessert in real life. I'm scared. Any pro bakers out there that want to send me some helpful tips, please do. Once I started adding the details and shading this, it did really start to come together and look more of what I was hoping for. And here is the final art. It's so good. Look at those drips. The ice s'more nut has never looked better, but we got 2 more bottles to do, so buckle up. This next one is similar to the first bottle because the scent is also based on one of my original desserts. This time, it's the maca cake. It started out as a custom phone case, and then I tried to bake it in real life, which you can decide for yourself if that was a success. A maca cake is a slice of cake topped with a chocolate macaron, topped with strawberry ice cream. I guess I really just like to top desserts with other desserts. So I drew the maca cake in the same style as the Choco S'more Nut, and oh, it looks yummy! I'm sorry, that was really annoying, but I just got excited. Maybe it's just because I know what this fragrance smells like, but I swear, I can smell it. Stop. I love how this artwork came out as well. It's so good to see my maca cake again.
I've missed you, my sweet.
Now for the 3rd bottle, I threw in a rainbow clip art just to make sure I'm getting the shape kind of where it should be, and I'm drawing a rainbow, but instead of clouds at the end of the rainbow, this cloud ends in marshmallows, gummy bears,
And cute little candies.
because this scent is called rainbow candy. My favorite part of this artwork is the rainbow marshmallows. I mean, oof, so soft, so fluffy, so delicious, so rainbow. Rainbows have obviously been a long-lived obsession of mine, and I think I've used rainbows in my creations on this channel a few times. Also, who hasn't wondered what a rainbow smells like? We've all sat there and thought that. And so the 3 bottle artworks are complete.
Which brings us to this moment. Many months later, after I've obsessed over every single little aspect of the bottle designs and made sure that the artwork is just so introducing ME Scents by me. Here they are. Oh my gosh, there's liquid in them. First of all, the bottles, they turned out so cool. I love how they look. So much fussing over these bottles. You would be so annoyed if
You knew how much fussing I had done.
that they needed to be just so. I feel like the artwork is just shining on these bottles. The actual body mist though, they smell amazing. The Choco S'more Nut has kind of like a chocolatey, marshmallowy scent. This was the trickiest to create. It almost has like a caramelly scent. Then we've got maca cake. This one is a little bit on the fruitier side because of the strawberry ice cream. I wanted that to come through. So good. And then there's a little bit of a cakey after scent.
There's a lot of word, I don't know.
And then there's rainbow candy. Oh, it is glorious. This is what a rainbow freaking smells like. It's got notes of orange, cherry, raspberry. The combination of like all of the fruits together just creates this really amazing sweet candy fruit scent. I only wish that you could smell them. Here, let's try. Sniff. Sniff really hard. Sniff really hard. Harder. Do you smell that? I don't think you do. You can order it and smell it yourself. If you want to experience the Choco S'more Nut, the maca cake, or just walk around smelling like a rainbow of candy, you can order these on MoriahElizabethBeauty.com. These do have their own special place to order, so make sure you're going to the specific link that I put in the description or use the QR code on the screen. We are selling them individually if you want to pick one, or you can get the full bundle and we can be smell twins.
You're gonna smell just like me.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so excited about these. It's been so long that we've been working on them. It's a very different type of product for me, but I had a lot of fun. I'm really, really proud of how these smell and how they look. So I hope that you guys love them. I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.